Hello and welcome back to another episode of Inside the Asperger Studios. Today on the show, are you somebody who's only eaten certain foods in your life or know somebody who's like this, who's on the spectrum? Well, my next guest, Jack Richardson, was like that in the beginning until he decided to try new foods. So now we talk with Jack and we find out what made him change, and we talk to his mother and we learn more about his story. So sit back, relax, and grab your favorite beverage, and I'll see you on the other side. See you there. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Inside the Asperger Studios. Today I'm joined with Jack and his mother Amy. If you don't know who Jack is, if you've seen him on the news, from Jack Attacks. He's the kid who's tried different foods and started rating them. Before he would only eat certain things. Welcome to the show, Jack and Amy.
Thanks for having us. We're happy to be here.
Yes.
All right, so let's start off, Jack, with when were you diagnosed with autism?
Around 18 months.
Wow. So, Amy, what made you realize that he may be on the spectrum?
Well, Jack is a twin, so he has a twin brother, Sam. They actually just turned 22 last month, but I had been around kids my whole life. I had babysat, been around my nephew, and I just knew the milestones that babies were supposed to hit. But honestly, at 2 weeks old, there was something different about Jack. When I would hold him, he would arch his back and look away. He already would stare at the fan on the ceiling when I'd, try and put him to bed. So there were just little subtle differences that I thought something was off, but I wasn't sure what it was because this was 22 years ago and there wasn't a lot of information about autism out there. So I started asking questions, started asking the pediatrician, and he kept saying, he's a twin, he's a boy, he'll start talking at some point, he'll meet the milestones. And he started meeting gross motor skill milestones, but he had no language, he had no eye contact, he had, no receptive language, and he had a little bit of echolalia. So just repetitive speech. And finally, we saw ECI, which in Texas is, early childhood intervention. And they told us, we think he has autism. He definitely has a speech delay, but we can't really say for sure. And then officially he was diagnosed around 18 months to 2 years. And honestly, I was just thankful to know what was going on. And then we hit the ground running. We started doing ABA and speech therapy and all those things.
Mm-hmm.
And it's changed his life. He's a different kid. So.
Jack, do you remember the first food you've ever tried?
I believe it was watermelon.
And do you remember what you rated it?
Yeah. His first new food to try was watermelon last summer.
Yes.
And do you remember what you rated that?
4.
Mm-hmm.
A 4.
Yeah.
So do you remember when you were walking with your mom, what made you just say, I want to try something new?
Well, we were at the grocery store at Sprouts.
Yeah.
And I saw all these different foods in the produce aisle. And I just don't want to keep eating the same foods over and over and over and over again. Since I'm in college, I need to eat new things.
Yeah. I mean, I can relate to that because I remember growing up, my mom used to always tell me this, and then Amy, I'm pretty sure you can relate to this. My mom would always say, how do you know if you don't like it if you never tried it?
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
And there's still things, I mean, you're going to come across foods you're still not going to want to try, but your mom's going to sit there and say, you got to try it if you don't know. How do you know what it tastes like if you don't try it?
Exactly. Well, and I'll like a little bit of his backstory. He, until he was diagnosed, you know, as a new mom, I gave him all the foods you give a child. He had his bottles, and then he started eating solid foods, and he ate everything we gave him until about 18 months. He started self-restricting, as do a lot of kids with autism. And he was, at one point, he was down to 5 foods. And I'm thinking, what is going on? Why will he only eat these certain things? And so one of his first ABA therapists did her thesis on his eating. And at that point, if we put a new food on his plate, he would flip out. He did not want it anywhere near him. He wouldn't touch it, all those things. So she started working with him to put the food on the plate and then touch it and then bring it up to his mouth and lick it and eventually maybe take a bite. But after that went on for several months, her doing her thesis, he never really wanted to try new food. So we kind of let it go for a while because, as you know, we had other things to work on. And then another new therapist came. Jack, what were the years that y'all did Silly Snack Time?
2011 to 2016.
So with his therapist, Cherish, they would sit
Who's like my second mom.
Yes, yes, she is. So they would sit at the table and try and eat new foods. He would not take a bite. Even if he maybe put it in his mouth, he would spit it back out. It was lots of tears, lots of screaming, lots of no. And I'm thinking, he's never going to eat new food. So literally, I want to say from 2 to 20, 21, it's been 7 foods. Slowly he's incorporated. He likes meat. He is definitely a meat lover. So there's most meats he will eat, but as far as vegetables or fruits, he wouldn't try anything like that. And his diet consisted of gluten-free waffles in the morning with turkey sausage, gluten-free chicken nuggets for lunch, French fries, sweet potato fries, and dinner for a long, long time was eggs, bacon, and sausage, scrambled eggs. And then he would do, now you do meatballs, and he likes pepperoni.
And raisins.
And raisins, which is a very weird combination in my book, but he enjoys it. So last year when we were at the store and he said, I want to try watermelon. And he said, because my grandpa Mike loves watermelon.
My dad's dad.
Yeah. And I'm like, if that is what it takes to get you to try this food, let's do it. And I really did not even plan on recording it or anything, but because it was just Jack and I at home alone.
I had to make that decision on my own.
You did. And so I wanted to video to show Dad and his brother Sam. So I recorded it, and it was so funny that I was like, I think I'm going to put this on Facebook and just let other people see it, because we have so many in our community that have followed Jack's journey all these years. And I didn't think that it would be anything, I didn't think anything else of it. And then the next week, Jack said, what else am I going to try? What's my next food to try? And I was shocked that he wanted to keep going.
Yes.
And the faces he makes when he eats the food are hilarious, because you can't tell if he likes it or not. And it's just kind of snowballed from there. But the great thing is how many people it's encouraging. We keep getting messages every single day of more and more people that their kids are trying new foods and different things like that.
So many fans of mine.
I mean, tell me about it, Jack. I look at your YouTube channel. You got over like 1,000 people watching you try new foods every day, and that's just mind-boggling to you. I mean, what is it like to hear from people like all over the U.S. saying thank you for what you're doing?
I feel like I'm a celebrity.
Well,
technically you are.
Yeah, a little bit, Jack. But what is your goal in doing Jack Snacks?
Well, just to get me in a healthier life.
Yes, and to help other people.
Yes, to help other people.
Yeah.
Now, Amy, have you taken him to a restaurant yet to eat?
Well, restaurants have been hard our whole life. Because
I wish that could happen.
Yeah, and so we haven't, since he's been eating new foods, we have not done that. But now with some of his new favorites, I'm like, we could go to an Italian restaurant and he could actually eat something that he enjoys.
Something like Joe T's.
Or a Mexican food restaurant. You could do that too, because he likes hot sauce now. I never thought he'd like hot sauce. Yeah.
Every time I try something spicy, I'm like, what does this include? Hot sauce?
Now, Jack, what has been your experience trying new things?
Well, all the colors of the taste and everything.
Have you enjoyed it?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now, I got an experiment for you to try with your mom, Jack. They say
What is it?
part of our taste comes from smell.
Mm-hmm.
So
I've
next time you want to try something new, hold your nose.
I've done that.
Take a bite of it and then let go of your nose and take another bite and try to compare the two.
That's a good idea.
Have I done that?
You haven't done that. That's a great idea. We'll have to try it.
And then if you really want to try something fun, there's something out there called the miracle fruit. What it
Oh.
is it reverses your taste buds. It takes anything sweet, turns it sour, anything sour, and turns it sweet.
Oh,
So if you
wow.
take a bite of a lemon, it'll almost taste like you're eating one of them lemon candies.
Oh, wow. That's a good idea, Jack.
You
And
think?
then try your experience with trying new foods and see what happens.
That's a great idea. Jack.
Now, Amy, what was it like for you to hear Jack say, I want to try something new?
I was shocked, honestly, because when you think back, when Blue and I think back to the years of struggle, of him of only eating a few foods and refusing to try anything new, when we're standing in the grocery store and he says, I want to try it, I'm thinking, he says he wants to try it, but is he really going to try it? Is he really going to put it in his mouth? And then when he did and took a big bite, and if when you watch his videos, he doesn't just take a tiny bite, he shoves a big bite in his mouth and really goes for it. It's been mind blowing that he's reversed course so drastically from where he was before. So I'm just so proud of him because there's a lot of things he's tried that I don't like and that I'm not sure that I would try. And so it's been really cool to watch. And he also, about 6 or 9 years ago, he was diagnosed with Crohn's. So we also have to be careful about what he eats.
I think it was like 6 years ago, almost 6.
6 years ago. So we're careful with his diet because of that, but just trying to get him healthier. And now that he's actually incorporating some of these foods into his diet, it's been amazing to see. And to sit down as a family, like the first time we all sat down and had the exact same meal together was incredible. I mean, we've never done that in the boys' whole life. So it's exciting.
No, Jack, I know with autism, one of our issues is sensory. Trying new foods, how do you deal with texture? Does it bother you? Does it not bother you?
It sometimes does. I don't remember the last time it did.
Well, think about remember when what's one of the foods you don't like?
The quail egg. That was so spicy. I like.
But also ice cream.
Ice cream. Yeah, it was just too cold.
Cold, yeah.
Jack has never liked cold things. He doesn't have ice in his drinks or anything like that. He is very averse to cold. So
No, Jack, what is one of your favorite things you have tried up to this point?
Gluten-free pizza, my Uncle Dub's chili, spaghetti, and zucchini and salmon.
Wow. A very diverse palate.
yes.
For myself.
Yes.
Now, if you could rate your stuff, Jack, so far from worst to best, what would they be?
Worst to best. Quail egg is the worst.
All right.
Along with ice cream.
And what was the fruit that you tried you didn't like very much?
Banana.
Yeah, you didn't like the banana. But your favorites, what are your favorites?
Apples, gluten-free pizza, and spaghetti.
I think everyone loves spaghetti.
I was really shocked he liked spaghetti. I didn't think he would like the texture at all. and he really loves it.
Now, are
So
we talking regular spaghetti, Amy, or?
he has gluten-free pasta and then kind of a sugar-free sauce with a little bit of meat in it. I'm just trying to keep it as healthy as we can, and he really enjoys it. So that's been great.
Tell her something else about spaghetti.
What? Oh, my dad had a good spaghetti recipe and loved it. So that's another reason you like it, right?
Yeah.
Now,
Wish
you're
I
in
could.
Texas, Jackie. Have you tried barbecue?
I don't think so,
No.
but I wish I could.
You need to. We need to try barbecue soon.
Yes, since it's the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Jack, what made you want to put your stuff on YouTube?
Just to help other people with autism, or if they don't have autism, to try new foods and encourage them to do hard things like me.
And what kind of comments have you gotten from those videos?
Well, I have another YouTube channel before that, which is called Jack's Creative Studio, which I make these animated videos on this website called Beyond. It used to be called Go Animate, but then they changed the name to Beyond.
Yeah. Overwhelmingly, he doesn't read a lot of the comments, but overwhelmingly they have been very positive. 9 times out of 10, it's parents saying, my child's watching this video. They want to try new foods. This is helping them to be brave. I had a mom a couple of days ago, her child tried spinach for the first time. And because of Jack's videos, another mom, her child had been in the hospital with a feeding tube because she wouldn't eat anything.
Oh,
She's now
God, that's
watching
just
Jack's
sad.
videos and has started wanting to eat new foods. So overwhelmingly, it has been very positive. Jack, even after our story aired on the local station, a friend in another state saw it when they shared it with an affiliate. And Jack actually FaceTimed with a little boy, a 10-year-old in Virginia Beach that with autism who doesn't like to try foods. And Jack encouraged him, and then he tried some new foods and sent us a video back showing him trying foods too. So it's been very encouraging because it is a struggle in the autism community, and it's something a lot of people don't know about and don't realize that it really is hard to get them to try new foods. And so Jack is really, I feel like he's really making a difference, which is awesome.
He's become a role model because if you think about it, Amy, when you're autistic and you have severe sensory issues, a lot of it's texture, a lot of it's taste. And for Jack to kind of break that border of, I don't want to try this because of its texture, its taste, is telling people, hey, yeah, you don't like it, or you don't like it because of the way it looks. Why not try it first and see what it tastes like?
Exactly. It really has been amazing. I mean, it's just changed our world around here, honestly, that he's willing to do it. And I think for a long time, there was a little bit of fear factor for him, like you said, and now just watching him break that barrier and go for it. Even there's adults that we know, friends that don't have autism, they're typical adults, and they're like, this is helping me be brave. I have a friend who had to do a podcast the other day for her work. She's a realtor. And she was so scared. And she said she woke up that morning and she thought, if Jack can do hard things, I can do this. And she did the podcast and did great. So
cool.
I think it's just helping people across the board, which is exciting. And our hope and our prayer all along since Jack was diagnosed is that his story would help other people and that he would be an encouragement to others, and seeing this, really encourage other people is exciting. So
Now, Jack, what's it like to be a role model?
It feels great. I feel like I'm the president of my own show, Jack Snacks. I am the president of Jack Snacks.
Sure you are.
Have you been recognized while you're out with your mom? People walk up to you and go, hey, I know you. You're from Jack Snacks.
At the grocery store.
Yes. And at church.
Yes.
Hopefully next semester at TCC.
Mhm.
Some people will recognize me.
Yeah, tell them
How's
about
it-
your school.
Well, I go to TCC, Tanner County College, the
Mm-hmm.
Southeast campus.
Mhm.
It would be nice to walk when you go into school next semester and all of a sudden everyone's like, "Hey, Jack, I've heard your story on the news. You'll become a local celebrity in your college."
Yes.
Jack would love that.
Yes, you would. Jack, have you tried making your own food?
No, sir, I haven't, but I cook my meals every day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yes, he cooks his regular foods that he eats. He has not cooked any of his new foods yet.
Not quite there yet.
Mhm.
All right. Do you have a favorite fruit?
Yes, I do. Apples.
Any particular apple?
Have I tried a green apple before?
You know, you've only tried a red apple.
Just red. I still haven't tried green.
We need to do that.
Yeah.
There's so many things still to try.
Have you
Yes.
tried Honeycrisp?
No,
I don't think so.
no,
I think you would like those, Jack. Those are really sweet apples.
it's a good idea.
Hmm.
They're like one of the sweetest apples, and they're one of the few apples I know that they make apple juice out of. And have you tried apple juice?
Oh yes, I love it. I do it all the time.
It's his favorite. It's pretty much the only thing he drinks is apple juice. He loves apple juice.
And
Warm
Capri
apple
Sun,
juice, I'm
warm
guessing?
waters, fruit punch.
Hmm.
I'm guessing warm apple juice, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Have you tried apple cider?
No. Mm-mm.
That's a good idea too. I wonder if he'd like that.
Maybe.
Now, Jack, if you can only eat one thing that you've tried up to date, what would it be?
Gluten-free pizza.
So you would eat gluten-free pizza for the rest of your life.
Yes.
So if someone put you on a desert island and said, "We're going to give you one food delivered to you all the time for the rest of your life while you're there," it would be gluten-free pizza.
Yes.
What toppings would be on it?
What would?
Pepperoni.
Mm-hmm.
Just pepperoni?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Pretty exciting. Yeah. I mean, he's been missing out on pizza all these years, and now he loves it.
Now, do you still eat the food you originally started with before you started trying new things?
Still do.
All right. Now, what advice do you have for those kids out there and parents who are trying to get their kids to eat new things?
Well, you can just pray and ask God for help to do hard things. And pray and ask some encouragement.
Just take a bite.
Yeah. Just take a bite.
I'm proud of you,
And
kiddo.
when you try something hard, it seems hard at first, but when you try it, it doesn't seem that hard at all.
No, you're right. And a lot of times, I think that's what kids are so scared of because to them it seems hard. And Amy, I'm pretty sure you see this with Jack. It's hard when you look at it at first, and then the minute you break that barrier and say, "Hey, it's not that hard at all to try something new."
Exactly. I think he's taught all of us that I think just our whole journey with autism, there's been so many milestones and we've celebrated everything, you know, him learning to talk and learning to do things for himself and cook his own meals. Every little milestone we've celebrated because it's a big deal. And he's done hard things his whole life. And now to see him encouraging other people to do hard things it's exciting. It's all that hard work is paying off.
You see, Jack, you and I are almost alike because I believe we should step outside of our comfort zones and try things new because otherwise, if we stay in our own comfort zone, the world's just going to pass us by and we're never going to see anything new.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, finally, Jack.
Get out of my comfort zone a lot.
Yeah, get out of your
You do
comfort
that a
zone.
lot,
Yeah.
don't you?
Yes, you do.
I mean,
Yes, you do, Jack.
you shocked your mother and you stepped outside your comfort zone by saying, "I want to try something new." And your mom is so proud of you. And the
Yeah.
world is too. You become this giant role model to the entire autism community, and people are looking up to you, and it's got to feel great.
Thank you.
Say it does.
It does. Thank you.
And finally, Jack, where can people find out more about you and your food trying experiences?
Say that one more time.
Where can people find out more about you and your food trying experiences?
You can check out my YouTube channel and my Instagram.
His YouTube is Jack Richardson Snacks. And then his Instagram is also Jack Richardson Snacks. But if you
Yes.
just search Jack Snacks, it'll be there.
And TikTok. as well.
And I just started putting a few things on TikTok under
That's
Jack
good.
Snacks.
And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That was Jack and Amy Richardson, and I'll see you in the next one. See you there, everyone.